Hi guys, welcome back. Today I have a mummy Halloween nail art tutorial for you, and this is, okay, let me start off by saying that I could have easily stamped this all together, but I really need to push myself sometimes to break into some nail art techniques that I don't do on the regular, which is water marbling and freehanding. So that's kind of what I got going on here today. As always, all products used in this video can be found in the description bar down below, and if you want to see how I achieve this look, you're in the right place, so keep on watching. I'm starting out by prepping my nails with a white base. This is a white gel from Bioseaweed Gel's Beyond Nail Lacquer line. Anytime I play around with water marbling, I always like to lay down a white base just because it allows the colors to pop a lot more. Here I'm just going over top everything with one more coat for a full opacity. So Friday is going to be my last Halloween nail art tutorial because I'm itching to get into some other things. I have some really fun videos planned for you guys, so stay tuned for those next week. I'm giving all nails a glossy coat using Bioseaweed Gel's Beyond Nail Lacquer Top Coat. Although water marbling is really fun, it is also really messy, so I'm prepping my skin and cuticles with Twinkle Tea's Lace Liquid Latex. So here I'm bringing the latex to the underside of my finger just for further protection. Want to be protected on all fronts because once you dip your finger into that cup of polish and water, polish will definitely get all over your finger. So trying to make my cleanup process less tedious. If you happen to have an allergy to latex, there's definitely alternatives out on the market. And if I can find any, I'll be more than happy to link them down below. Other alternatives can be tape. You can definitely wrap your fingers with tape or Elmer's glue, or you can just kind of go in all naked and then deal with a very tedious cleanup, which I used to do. I used to do that, but hopefully these tips and tricks can help you avoid all of that. I'm just going in with a second coat of the latex just because I feel it just gives for a better peel in my opinion. It has nothing to do with the latex because regardless of any brand of latex I've ever used, I've always done 2 coats. It's just my little thing. Today's water marbling polishes of choice is Pipe Dream Polishes Unwind and a Wet n Wild's French White Creme. I'm starting to build my bullseye of polishes for the water marble, and I'm doing that by just dropping in drops of polish over top the surface of the water. Keep in mind you don't want to drop them from too high up or the drops will sink to the bottom of the cup, so you want to allow the drops of polish to fall freely from the bristles themselves, fairly close to the top of the surface of the water. As you can see, my polishes are spreading really nicely. If your polishes are having any difficulties spreading, just give your cup a little bit of a shake and it should allow the polishes to spread a little bit better. I definitely have a lot more tips and tricks with water marbling, so if you guys would like to see a more detailed video on that, please let me know down below. Using What's Up Nails water marble tool, I started from the center, and as you can see I pulled out from both directions and then going into a side to side dragging motion, trying my best to keep those drags and lines fairly close together because I want to make sure I have a lot of those lines translating on my nail. So I'm dipping my nail into the water now. I'm doing so on an angle. You don't want to go straight down in. You might get air bubbles and polish might clump up and it might look really weird. So I just did that, and then I'm going to be blowing over the top of the surface of the water to dry down that layer of polish, because if you remove your finger with that layer of polish on, it's it's just going to ruin your work of art. And then I'll be taking an orange wood stick to remove all that excess polish and remove my finger. So for the sake of not having an incredibly long video, I'm trying to keep this as condensed as I can without like rushing through things, if that makes any sense. I'm just going to repeat those same steps to each nail so you guys don't have to see the footage of me doing the exact same thing to every nail, because I mean, it's very time consuming, let me tell you. So keep in mind that when you're water marbling, each nail is going to look different. There's some really incredibly awesome artists out there who can literally get every nail to look the same, and seriously, I don't know how they do it. It's magic to me. But yes, just play around with it. Don't worry if each nail doesn't look the same. I think that is the beauty of water marbling. And now it's time to remove the latex. I'm taking that same water marble tool and carefully dragging it on the underside of my finger, using a pair of scissors afterwards to snip it in half, and with a pair of tweezers peeling it off. Next technique is well, not really a technique, but this is what I do before I peel it. There's a few techniques I'm going to show you, but I like to take a cleanup brush with polish remover to separate any polish. So here I'm very carefully going on the underside with a pair of scissors and snipping it in half, again with a pair of tweezers to peel. So here's a third technique in how to remove the latex, is taking that water marble tool from the underside of your nail and then bringing that liquid latex over. This clip didn't do the best job in showing it, but this clip will. So I did my cleanup off camera, and I'm sealing in all my nails with Bioseaweed Gel's Beyond Nail Lacquer top coat and letting that completely dry before we move on to the next step. Here I'm just taking a glob of black polish. This is Sinful Colors Black on Black, and applying a generous glob onto the surface to use as my palette. I'm starting off by using this really fine detail brush that I actually purchased from a local beauty supplier. Can't find it online, but I'll link a similar one down below. Using that fine detailer brush, I'm just kind of mapping out where I want the opening of the mummy face to be. And then I'll be taking a Twinkle Tease 00 brush to fill in the empty space. I really wanted each nail to kind of be different as far as that black area, which is the opening where you'll be seeing those mummy eyes. So each nail will be alternating the placement of that, and then this black space is the base to where our mummy's eyes are going to be placed over top. So off camera, I went ahead and adjusted the thickness of the lines and cleaned things up as I saw fit, because it's really hard for me to kind of see things in the position that I'm in when I'm filming. So I did do that, in case you're wondering why my lines are looking a little bit thicker in some areas. So this was an instance where I thought I pressed play and I didn't, and we magically have the base of our mummy's eyes laid down. To do so, I used a dotting tool. Using the opposite end of the same dotting tool I was using, the little dotting end is slightly smaller, so I'm going in with black polish and applying little dots in the center of our white dots to create the mummy's eyes. So here I'm sealing everything in with Bio Seaweed Gel's Beyond Nail Lacquer's top coat, and then I'll be applying a matte top coat. But anytime I do a matte top coat, I like to do a glossy one first because I find that matte top coats aren't very strengthening. So the matte top coat that I'm using is Polish Matters from Girly Bits, and it's my first time using it. And you can see I'm applying it a little bit messy, but that's because whenever I'm using a top coat, I get really I need to make sure that all areas are matte. If I didn't get it in a certain area and there's a little bit of shine, it really bothers me, but then everything ends up drying down matte, so you don't gotta worry about it. And here we have the final look. I think these came out super cute, and I'm actually really proud of myself that I dabbled into other nail techniques such as a water marbling and freehanding, because it's just something I don't really do. I'm so spoiled with stamping. It's just so quick and easy, and I felt like playing today. I was in a mood, and I'm really happy I did it. The base itself, I was hoping it would come out a little bit different because it's looking a little bit more yellow, and the nude polish that I used to marble with, which by the way is currently no longer available, and I feel really bad whenever I use things that are not available, but it was the only nude polish that I had that would marble, so I'm really sorry about that, you guys. I'm so sorry. I guess I was hoping for the nude part to look a little bit darker as it does in the bottle, but I forgot to keep in mind that when your water marbling and polishes spread, the color changes very slightly, so that's why they're looking a bit more yellow. But I'm still really proud in how these came out. I still think they're super cute regardless. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you did, feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new here, welcome. Feel free to subscribe for more fun nail art. Thank you guys so much for watching and for being here. I hope to see you back in my next video. And until then, remember, creativity is at your fingertips. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!